everyone. Welcome to this very first video that I'm going to be sharing today. We will be doing a one-step equation and an integer. Many people will be asking like, what are we going to be learning for today's unit? Well, today we're going to be mostly learning on how we can solve a one-step equation and how we're going to solve an integer. As you see, the question from 1 to 4 is, as you see for question number 1 to 4, we have some integers that we can solve in. So let's get started on learning how we can do this. We can do two-stroke out of our rules, or we can combine them. Okay. So 3 plus 1 will be giving you to positive 4. Okay. Question, I want you to try your own and probably show your own work, or you can teach your class about this. Now I'm going to give you the answer. Once again, pause whenever you want to not have the answer. All right. So now we will have one. We have to do two strokes, or we can combine them. 8 plus 1 is 9. And this one, I want you to try that. This one is a bit tricky. Many people will get this wrong. So for this one, we will have 6. So yeah. All right. Now we're gonna move on to our examples for 1 to 3 for equations. So we have x plus 4 equal to 7. What we're going to have to do is that we're going to subtract 4. Put onto both sides. 7, 6. So x is equal to 3. Be sure to bubble in. And what we're going to be doing is that I want you to try putting your steps in. So step 1, subtract 4 on both sides. That should be your step. I would recommend doing this. It would help you a lot on your tests. And let's get started with the next problem. All right, now I want you to now try number 2 and 3 by yourself. X plus 5 equal to 10 and x plus 4 equal to 7. Then soon we're going to be doing some explanation that we're going to be doing. All right, now let's get started with the answer. Like we say, be sure to pause before seeing the answer. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 5 onto both sides. X is going to be equal to 5. Okay. And now we can get started with our steps. You're not required to do steps, but I recommend doing that. Now, step one, subtract 5 on both. Now we're going to get into our answers for number 4. So we're going to subtract 4. So in minus 4, you're going to get x equal to 3. All right. Now we know like what we have for steps. Let me move our captions so we can understand. Okay. Now we're going to get into one of the biggest problems that you may face onto here. It's integers. Many people don't know how to solve with integers. So what I'm going to do to like help you is that we're going to help you onto integers. Integers are like numbers that is like, for example, -1, -2. But we want to be sure that we know that that you want to know. Into it now, and then soon we're going to end the video. Now let's get started. We're going to see that both of them are negative. Since we are going to cancel, we're not going to cancel this. So remember to not cancel your 1 here. This one does not play. But first of all, 1 plus -2 would give you +3. Remember that we do not have to play with -1. Alright. Now we're going to get into number 3. We know that it's going to be positive. 3 plus 3 would give you 6. Once again, you can always check your calculator. No. If you think that is 6, it is 0. This way, no. Now, we're going to have 9 plus 4. I meant -4. No, 9 plus 4, sorry. So 9 plus 4, it will be 13. Now 8 plus -1 would give you 7. Let me check that again. 8. Right. And now we're going to get into multiplication. In multiplication, whenever we multiply by a negative number, we have to have that. If you have a positive multiplied by a negative, you are going to be required to do. It's going to be a negative. So 5 times 6 will be -30. -8 times -7. I know that this is going to be hard because many people don't understand this. it is going to be negative times negative. Whenever you're multiplied by both negative, you will get your answer equal to a positive. So this is going to be positive 56. As next unit, we will be doing inequalities. Inequalities will be really, really hard. So now let's get into some problems that you will be needed to solve. All right. So we have when we solve, we have like a weird sentence. I know that we're not focusing on multiple steps, but we want to be sure that we understand this before we get into multi-step equations. So that's why we added a distribute property. Now we're gonna subtract 3 here. X is equal to 0. This time we're not gonna do step unless you want to. This one is kind of weird, but we will have to do 2 steps, just so you know. We're gonna do that on our next video, but we want to be sure that we know what to do. So subtract 4. When we subtract 4, 3 minus 4 will give you 3x equal to -1. Yes. Minus it's equal to -1. Now we're going to divide by 3. -1 divided by 3 would give you x equal to -3. My x is a plus for weirdly. I just did that. Alright, we're gonna get back to 1 step. Subtract 9. Three minus 9, 6. So x equal to 6. Here we're gonna have a distribute property. 2 times 4, that's gonna be 8. 2 times x is 2x. We will be learning on invisible math on this unit too about today. So that will be part of the video. Now we're gonna combine like term. Oh, I forgot my x. Let me redo. Okay, we'll just say equal to -3. Plus like plus 3 equal to -3. Combine like terms. that's gonna be 11. Equal to 1 plus 2x. By the way, this is a multi-equation. 2x equal to 3, negative 3. Now subtract 11. Subtract 11. I'm going to be right back with my calculator. Negative 20. So 2x is equal to negative 20. Divided by 2. And then x is equal to negative 2. Or negative 10. And there you go. That's going to be it for today's episode. You know what we're going to be doing. And worksheet will be posted in a few days. And yeah, that's going to be it. And thank you for watching.